Good morning. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome, Team Replay. How is everyone doing today? Let me know in the comments where you're checking in from. Texas, good morning. Good morning, Terry from Knoxville, Tennessee. Good morning, Christine. Good morning to everyone. Let me put on my glasses so I can see a little better. Hello from Ohio, Connecticut, Linda. Hello, Texas, Arizona, North Carolina, Maryland. Hello, Rita. Hello, Star. Welcome, welcome from Michigan. Hello, Esther from the Netherlands. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy to be here and happy to have you join me in the live event today. So while we're checking in and waiting a few more moments for people to get on with us here, let's see. Today we're going to be stitching this in the hoop hanging pocket, and we'll talk about more about supplies and sizes and all that as we get on to the show. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about some upcoming events that we have going on. So let me see what we've got going here. Coming up, so to remind you that I'm going to be doing the lives here on Facebook and on YouTube every second Tuesday of the month. So you might want to mark down in your calendar. The next one will be November 8th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And then the next one after that will be December. I think it's December 13th. It's the second Tuesday in December. And so I'm wanting to know for the next one in November, I'm going to put a poll in my Facebook fan group, and hopefully you're a member there. Hopefully you check in there with us, share your projects using Creative Applique Designs. Every month I give away a $20 credit to the website if you post and share your photos using Creative Applique Designs and tag it with the hashtag for that month. So as I mentioned, I'm going to put a poll in the group to see what you all would like to stitch live next month. And so be watching out for that. I'll post that later today, and you'll be able to have a voice in what is coming up. Just to make sure you all can hear me, let me know in the comments. Hi, is it Dion? Diane from Virginia Beach. I'm not far from you. I'm in Yorktown. Welcome, welcome. Okay, and so that's November 8th. The poll will be posted in the Facebook fan group later today for you to vote what you would like to see stitched out. The next one will be another one with Reen from Embroidery Garden. We're going to do a Technique Tuesday stitch along, and this one will be November 15th, and it will be in the evening again. So that'll be 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time, and she's going to do one of her projects, a quick, fast, fun holiday project, and I'm going to do one of mine as well. I'm going to be doing these little in the hoop gift card holders, and I stitched out two different types so you can see. This one is with regular cork here and then green cork on the back. But these are awesome. They could be used for a nice gift tag on a present, and you can stick a gift card in there. You can hang them on trees if you have some kind of fun event. And then this one I sewed all in the glitter sheets that you can get from like Michael's and Hobby Lobby. So that'll be the project that I'll be stitching out live November 15th, and that is with Reen from Embroidery Garden. So that'll be in the evening. So mark that one down. Yes, and I love Reen too. I can't wait. Actually, I forgot to mention, I'm going to be at the Houston Quilt Festival in the beginning of November, November 2nd through the 6th. And I don't have a booth there. I'm not presenting, I'm not teaching or anything. I'm just going to go to take some classes, to meet some people, and I'll be able to meet Reen in person for the first time. So I'm very excited about that, and many other people that I've met online and can't wait to meet them in person. Let me know in the comments if you're going to go to the Houston Quilt Festival. I know Houston Quilt Market is a few days before that. I won't be at the market, but I will be at the festival. Okay, and then I also wanted to mention coming up starting November 15th is the virtual applique getaway, or actually they call it the virtual getaway. This is an event that they have, I think, 30 classes that are happening. I'm going to post the link here. This is my link that you can hopefully click on, and you are able to, let me see, why is it saying, I guess, okay. So I guess the event's not going to Facebook. Let me, yes, I'm seeing that this is all on YouTube. Give me a moment to let everybody on Facebook know where they can find us, that it's happening on YouTube. So let me grab the link really quick. I apologize. I am still learning all of this for these events, but let me go into the event and let everyone know where this is happening. Okay. So, let me copy this, go to Facebook. I apologize. This was posted to Facebook. I know a lot of you were able to RSVP there and get reminded. All right, there we go. Now I posted that in the group so people know that we are live on Facebook now, YouTube now. And on the Facebook page. Okay. Apologies, guys. All right, thank you for bearing with me. Welcome to the people who are new. Welcome, Cami. Thank you, everyone, for putting in your hashtag creative. That is to be entered the giveaway. You only need to do it once. Once you do hashtag creative, you will be entered into the giveaway. Only one entry per person, and it is held live at the very end of today. So make sure there's no spaces, make sure there's no appliques. It's just hashtag creative, no spaces. And if you've typed it in once, then you are entered already. Okay, so back to the events that are happening. Starting November 15th is the virtual getaway. It's over 30 classes taught by people like myself. There's going to be freestanding lace earrings taught by Sheila Ryan, my friend from Designs by Baby Moon. There will be in the hoop projects like little notebook covers. There's going to be, I'm going to be teaching a class on embroidering on paper. So we're going to talk about the types of paper, how to stabilize, how do you hoop paper, what type of needle do you use, what type of designs to use, how to make them all individual. So if you don't have the opportunity to run out and get a card, or you want to make something extra special, you can stitch it up on your embroidery machine. So I don't know about you, but one of the first things that I ever said to my husband when I got my embroidery machine and I started stitching, he made a joke to his parents one time and said, from now on, everything you get will be embroidered. And little did he know when he said that over 15 years ago, how true that was. And if it could stand still, I will embroider it. So still going strong. All right, so yes, the virtual getaway, you can use that link that I posted there. You can sign up using that link, and the event starts November 15th, and that's the first day that you can start watching some of the videos. I don't know if all of them will be available that day, but they will be available through, I think it's February 5th of 2023. So you will have over 2.5 months, close to 3 months, to watch all the videos. And the cost is $25, which is crazy cheap because people are offering, the businesses are offering sales and coupons and discounts, and you get like a virtual goodie bag, which is going to have free designs. And so it's something that is going to be amazing that you will be able to have access to through the new year and through February 5th. I think I got knocked off the stream. Apologies for that. Okay, so the next thing that's happening is starting on November 14th through the 15th is my friend Carly Bell. I'm not sure if you know her. She's amazing. Every other Friday at 7 o'clock on YouTube, she does live videos where she stitches something live every other Friday night. And she is hosting a Sip and Stitch holiday workshop, which starts November 14th. And it is 5 digitizers that have contributed exclusive designs to her workshop. And I contributed one of the designs, and the design I contributed is a mug rug, and it says, "May your cup be filled with cheer." This is exclusive just to Carly Bell's workshop. You will not find this design on my website. The only way to get this mug rug with this design is by registering for her event. And I ask that, since I told you about it, when I have the link, I will be posting it in my newsletter and on my Facebook page and on my fan group, if you would use my link so that she knows where you heard about it. All right, so saving all those dates, also wanted to let you know on my on my website, there is a part at the top on the bar that says events, and you can click on the events and you can look at each month and click on each event to find out when it's happening. You can subscribe to the calendar. You can add the calendar to your own calendar, Google Calendar, iCalendar, iCal, however you uh, save your events. And then that way you are notified when these events are happening. Okay, so great. Renee said she's going to be attending the virtual getaway. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited to be working with paper and teaching you all the things about paper and how to embroider on it. Ruth said she's saving the dates for that virtual getaway. Yes, for $25. I mean, it's crazy. That $25 is going to be worth it just for the free goodies that you get in the virtual goodie bag. I mean, it's just amazing. So, that's exciting. All right, let's get started with the project we are doing today. So I'm going to post the links here for the design in case you did not get an opportunity to get it. This one here is the actual one we are sewing today. It is also available in a separate listing as a satin edge one as well. So let's switch over here to the cutting table, and please make sure, if you have questions, to type them in. I will try to get to them. If I don't end up getting to them, please type it in again to let me know so that I don't miss any of your questions. So this is the satin edge one. We are not going to be sewing this one today. In the interest of time, we're going to be doing the raw edge one, but I wanted to show it to you. So this is the 6x10. And what's wonderful about this is you can, what it was originally invented for, or the original idea I had in my mind for creating this was so that when you are charging your phone, you can hang this is plugged into the wall, imagine, and you can hang this on the wall on the outlet like that and put your phone in here and charge your phone, and then the cord can all slip in there. Another option you can do that I'm going to show you in a second is you can also add an additional pocket on the back if you wanted to. So that way you could take all of the cord and have it, let's see, back behind here, shove it all in a pocket back here, and have the phone plugged in like so. And then that way it's all out of the way and neatly back there. So that is an option I wanted to show you. All of the designs, so as I mentioned, there's the raw edge ones and the satin edge ones. They all come with the option for the grommet and without the grommet. So there is the they come with to fit the 5x7 hoop and the 6x10 hoop. So this is the 5x7 size, this is the 6x10 size. And you have the option, as I mentioned, to have a grommet, or if it's the satin stitch, it would finish with the satin stitch. So you wouldn't even need the grommet. So, and then you have the raw edge ones here that are both with the stitching or with the option for the grommet. Now, when you have the one with the grommet, there's less stitching in here to have to punch through and to get the grommet to connect. So that's why there's two different ones. And they all come in 5x7 size and 6x10 size to fit the hoop size. So let me see. Okay, so this one here I did in vinyl, and I added 2 pockets to the front just in case. And so this one is super cute to be able to have hanging on a command strip that's by your sewing machine. You can stick your snips in there, you can stick your stiletto in there, hang it by your machine, and always have those tools that you need at the ready. How about having it in a bathroom next to where you do your makeup? You can hang it on a command strip and put your makeup brushes in there. You can have it hanging next to, or hang it on your fridge and put your pen in there and some other things that you may need for your grocery list. So this one is also awesome if you have umbrella strollers for people who have small children or young children, and they have those umbrella strollers with the handles on the stroller that are like the shape of a U. You can hang this onto the side of the stroller. A mom can put her phone in there. She could put a car key. She could put some cash in there. She could put an ID in there and not have to carry a purse, a fanny pack, anything like that, and just have it hanging on the side of the stroller to run to the park with the kids, to go get some ice cream, to take a quick trip to the grocery store. So that is something that this works with too. So as I mentioned, I put 2 pockets on the front of this one, and I attached them both at the same time. So when we attached the pocket, all I did was took an extra piece of vinyl here and set it down about a good 1/2 inch and stitched it on at the same time. This one, I also stitched a pocket on the back, and I added the pocket on the back when at the same time, I added this backing on it. So you can make these out of vinyl like I have here. This is vinyl. If you're using the vinyl, you're not going to want to take the vinyl and fold it in half. So in the directions, you cut a piece for the front. A piece for the pocket is the same size as the front, which is folded in half, right sides out, wrong sides together. And then a piece for the back is the same size. So you essentially cut 3 pieces that are all the same size. One is going to be used for the pocket, and that's folded in half. However, when you're using vinyl, you don't need to fold it in half. You just have use a piece that's half the height of the pocket that you're using. So if you're doing it with fabric, like I did this one, what you're going to want to do is treat the fabric with some heat and bond light, because that way, when you cut the raw edges like this, it won't fray if you don't want it to fray. If you want it to fray and to be raggy, then you can leave it without the heat and bond light. But if you want it to be somewhat uniform and nicely finished, you can use heat and bond light, and it also adds a little extra stability. So, one other thing I wanted to talk about as well is how to make these pockets be a little more stable. So, I don't know if you can see the one here that is with the vinyl and the felt on the back, but it's a lot more, not as flimsy as this one. This one is a little bit more flimsy. So, what I wanted to talk about is how to make it a little more stable, if as it were. And one of the ways to do that is this one, I put in some foam. And we're talking about the foam that you buy in the sheets that are from any craft store, any big box store, Walmart, anywhere you can find crayons and construction paper and things like that pretty much sells this foam. You don't need to use the expensive embroidery foam. And today we're going to use this so I can show you how easy it is to put it in there. This one is treated with Pelon Decor Bond, which is number 809, and it's fusible. So this is something that does add extra stability, and it's great, but it doesn't make it as stiff as this one. And it's really not stiff because, if you know that foam, I mean, the foam's not stiff, but it gives a little more structure to be able to stand up well. And the decor bond works awesome as well. I love it, and that's what I made for this one. But I also thought that I was playing around and thought that the foam would work well. And when I tried that, it sure did. And we're going to do that today to show you an alternative to making them a little more stable. So, another thing I wanted to mention too is if you wanted to add a name to it, in the instructions, it shows you the step to add the name. You want to add the name after you've put down the first layer of fabric here before you add the pocket. And that way you know exactly where to put it and it will be stitched before the pocket. If you want to add a name or a monogram or an initial to the front of the pocket, we're going to do that today. I stitched it on first. And so you can see it's not on the inside of the pocket. It's just on the outside of the pocket. And essentially what I did is cut the piece of fabric the size I needed, which was 4.5 by 7. And I put this in the hoop and I stitched just on the front side of it. And so that way you can see you can add an initial, a name, a monogram to the front of the pocket if you choose. But you need to do that step first because once you add the pocket and you sew it, you're going to be sewing through both layers of the pocket and the front of the pocket. So it'll be attached and you won't be able to use the pocket. So Any questions for me so far? Anne wants to know, can you use faux leather? Yes, Anne, you can. That's essentially what this is. This is essentially faux leather or vinyl, vegan leather, I think they call it now too. So that's exactly what this is. You can use marine vinyl, you can use faux leather, you can use anything like that. As long as your needle can sew through it, you can definitely use that. All right, let me see. Make sure you're putting in your hashtag creative to enter the giveaway. Excuse me. Let's see, what else do we, any other questions that you have for me? All right, so let's see what else. Now, let's talk about exactly the supplies we're going to need for today's project, and then we'll get to stitching. All right. Oh, I wanted to also talk about the grommet really quick. We are not going to do that today, but I wanted to just talk to you about the size of them. They are like this. They are exactly these I bought at Walmart. You can buy them in a pack of, I think it's a set of maybe 10 or 12 you can buy, and all they do is they snap together. So you have the one part here that has the spikes on it, and then the other part here that just has the round circle in it, and you put them together with the fabric and snap it in. The one thing you want to make sure that you do though is you cut really close to the stitching. So the design that has says grommet in the title will just have a running stitch in here. It's not going to have the decorative stitch. It's not going to have the satin stitch in there. And that way the stitching will be just a running stitch in there to hold the fabrics together. You want to cut close to the fabrics so that when you put this on, you make sure you get all the way in here like that. It needs to sit in there very flush in order for this to pop on. Okay, so, and the instruction will help you that comes with the grommets, but today we're not going to do the grommet one. We're just going to do the stitching one. Okay, let me see. Let's go over exactly what we're doing today. So I have the 5x7 hoop here. This is my dime magnetic hoop. I absolutely love it. I use them for just about all of my projects if I can, as long as it's something that will fit in the magnetic hoop or the hoop that I have. I'm going to put a link here for you for these hoops. They have them on sale right now through, I think, the end of October, which is they're all about 20% off, which is amazing. These hoops are incredible for sewing anything, but if you like to do in the hoop, you like to do quilting or to quilt your quilt sandwich together, these are amazing for that. I haven't found anything else that is just as amazing as these. So we hoop some tearaways to stabilizer. You can, with the raw edge one, you can use regular stabilizer. What I mean by regular is cutaway stabilizer. You can use a mesh cutaway, you can use a medium weight cutaway, and that will add extra stability as well. However, if you're doing the satin edge one, you need to use either the tearaway or the wash away so that you don't have extra stabilizer on the outside of the design. So that's something to be aware of. Star said she loves her dime magnetic hoops. She uses them all the time. I do as well. Once I got them, I haven't used my regular hoops very often, I'm sad to say, but you know, they're so easy, they're so fast, and the magnets on these are super strong. Okay, back to the supplies. So today I have hooped here some medium tearaway stabilizer inside my hoop. And as we mentioned, you can use vinyl or faux leather, marine vinyl, canvas vinyl, anything like that. You can buy these in sheets or you can buy it on the rolls, back where in Joann, where they have all of their upholstery fabric and outdoor fabric like that, also Hobby Lobby. You can also sew these up in felt if you want to. That's an option as well. And then fabric. And as I mentioned, with me doing the raw edge, I am going to use the fabric today, and I treated it on the back with some Heat and Bond Light. So I'm gonna pull the paper off so I don't forget to take that off later. So I have my piece of fabric, and then I have my pocket here that I'm going to use for the front, and I'm going to use the felt for the back. And then we are going to use the foam as well. Because I'm using the foam here, I am not going to use the Pellon Decor Bond. You can use it if you want to, use both of them. I just feel with the foam, it's going to be enough structure. And then I've got my hoop and press pads. I don't know if you guys have heard about these. These are absolutely amazing. Reen from Embroidery Garden partnered with, um, she partnered with Dime on these, but these are Reen's creation, and they come in hoop sizes 5 by 7, 6 by 10, 8 by 8, and 8 by 12. I think you can buy them in a bundle. And so I'm not sure if those are on sale right now. Um, but I will put the link here. And I also wanted to mention they are having free shipping if you use, I think the code is Monster, and I'm not sure what actual price you need to, if you have to spend a certain amount in order to use that code to get the free shipping. I'm not sure, but I think that if you buy the hoops, then that will cover your cost of the amount that you need to spend, if that makes sense. Okay, so Renee says she loves her dime magnetic hoops too. All right. So if there's not any other questions, I will get to sewing. And of course, as always, you need your thread, your embroidery thread to match the fabrics you're using, and scissors. I've got my little snips as always. I've got my pinking shears here and regular shears. You can also, if you want to have a straight edge on this, you can use your rotary cutter to cut the sides as well. And let's see what else we've got that we need to talk about. I think that's it. I think we're ready to get sewing. Is anybody sewing along with me today? Let me know in the comments if you're got your design all loaded to your machine and if you're ready to stitch it as well. Now, I hope you can see the thread that I chose. I'm going to switch you over now to the machine. And hopefully that is a good angle. All right, Mary said she's loaded and ready to go. Renee's getting ready too. Awesome. Great. I'm glad to hear that. All right, so now the first thing we're going to stitch is step 1, and that is the placement line for where to put the top fabric. So this is where we're going to place the top fabric. As I mentioned, we are going to be using the foam, but I am going to put it on when I put the felt on the back. I'm going to put both of those on at the same time in the back. It's sewing the circle now. Okay. I know that's not super bright for you to see. Let me show you here. I can get it. That's not even any better, is it? Okay. So it shows essentially just the shape of the pocket that in the 5x7 size that we're stitching today. So now I'm going to place my fabric down, and I have some paper tape here, and I'm going to tape it down gently out of the way. And now the next step that stitches is going to be the tack down for the fabric, the top fabric. So now it's going to move to the side, and we're going to stitch down the pocket. So not sure, let me see if I bring you back to the table here a second, to the mat, and show you. I'm not sure if we can see it. Let's see if we can see. There were 2 spots that it's stitched, right here and right here. And those are the spots that are going to show you exactly where to place the pocket, so you know where to place it. So what I did with my fabric here, the pocket that I did the monogram on half of the side, I had the Heat and Bond light on it. And that way it helped me to get, glue the pieces together essentially. So after I stitched the C on the one side, I took off the Heat and Bond light, and then I put on the I ironed it together. Okay, so make sure you're putting in your #creative for the giveaway. You only need to do it once. And now I'm going to tape it down outside the stitching. This next step is going to stitch the pocket down. So with the raw edge that we're doing today, we don't need to be cutting any of the fabric right now. We can cut it all at the very end after we're finished. So now we're going to stitch. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention, if you were adding a name, this is the step now that you would want to add the name, so that you have it stitched before the pocket, and you're going to want to make sure that it is above these lines. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back to the machine now. Let me know if there's any questions that you all have. This is a pretty fast stitch out if I wasn't doing so much talking. All right, I'm going to stitch down the pocket now. So it stitches that little extra there to add a little extra stability to the pocket on the raw edge design, just so it's not just a straight stitching. With the satin stitch design, you have more stitching around the outside of the pocket, so that keeps it much more, it has extra stability when you are able to have the satin stitch on there. So let's see what else is happening. Any other questions going on? All right, the #creative, that's my website. All right, so now we stitched around the outside. The next step that we are going to stitch is or the next thing we're going to do is put the back fabric on. So back here at the mat, we need to put on the back fabric. So we're going to turn the hoop over. So with any hoop that you have, if you are putting something on the back, there's the potential to disturb the stabilizer with your pushing on the back, attaching the fabric or doing whatever you are on the back. And so I like to take my hoop and press pads here, and even this dime hoop has a lip on it that sticks out from the actual side here. So this way I am not pushing through the stabilizer. I am not pushing through on the actual stabilizer and causing it to shift or anything. So now we're on the back side of the hoop, and I have that foam I was talking about, and we're going to place that over the stitching, and then I'm going to put felt on top of that. You can, if you want to, just leave the foam on the back. I, however, like to put on some felt because the felt gives it a much, let me, how to say this, when we're done with this, we are going to actually tear away some of the foam on the outside around the stitching. So if you want to use foam on the back as the back, I would not tear it away. I would just cut it like I am with all the other things. So I hope that makes sense to you, and you understand that, because if you go ahead and use just the foam on the back and you rip it, it's going to be inside the stitching and it may pull apart. Okay, so back side of the hoop, we place the foam, we place the felt. You can use fabric back here, and if you use fabric back here, I would also treat it with heat and bond light as well. I just like to have the felt. It's just a preference of mine, but if you are wanting a much more uniform look, you can definitely do the fabric or a piece of vinyl as well. All right, so back at the hoop here now, this is going to be the tack down stitching for the back. Are there any questions that anybody has? Let me know. So I'd like to make sure that the pocket shouldn't have an issue with stitching around, but I like to make sure that I place my stiletto there just in case it might get hooked up on it for whatever reason. Okay, so now it's going to sew the circle. And with the raw edge designs right now, you will not need to do all the trimming. You can do all of it at the very end since it's the raw edge. However, if you were doing the satin stitch one, you would need to trim it before it stitches the satin stitch. So you'd want to trim the pocket, you want to trim the pocket, the front and the back, all before you're going to do the satin stitch. And the satin stitch is going to stitch now if you were doing that one. We're not doing that one, we're doing the raw edge. Let me see. B. Runyon wants to know what type of needle am I using? Thank you for asking. I forgot to mention, I'm using the 7511 needle. I pretty much use that all the time, regardless, unless it's something super thick. I pretty much use a 7511 needle all the time. And Shara, I think I'm saying your name correctly. I hope I'm saying it correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. First time watching your lives. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. Okay, so now this is an optional step, but I like to do it because of the fact that it's going to be seen from the back. I changed the bobbin right now to match the top thread color. That way I don't have white bobbin thread on the back and whatever color you're using on the top. With this light green, it probably wouldn't matter so much, but if you're using a black or a red or a navy, something like that, it's definitely going to show up. So, and especially if you're doing the satin stitching, is going to show up. So there, we've changed the bobbin. We're going to make sure everything is flat under there. And now we're going to sew the decorative stitching all around. Star said, this is such a clever in the hoop project. Thank you so much, Star. I appreciate that. It is a fun one and it's really fast. That's another reason I love it so much, is it's such a fast project to stitch. And it makes a great gift. This is fun for kids too. So I really love these in the hoop projects. And because the file comes with both the ability to have the raw edge or the grommet, and also, you know, the other listing has the satin stitch and the grommet, you don't really need to have the grommets if you don't want to, because the design comes with both of those. Star says she's a big fan of in the hoop projects. I love them so much. It's one of the first things I started doing with my machine. Vicky says such a cute project. Thank you, Vicky. Appreciate it. So Natasha said this is her first live at Creative Appliques. She's been nervous about trying an in the hoop design. It actually looks like something she can handle. Absolutely. So Natasha, sorry, I said that wrong. It's Nastasia. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Anyway, it is very easy to do and fun. The hardest part is getting over the fear of it. And most in the hoop projects come with designs, and a lot of them come with photos. If you look at the videos on my channel, a lot of times I have videos showing you how to do them. And I actually have a video of the satin stitch finish one that I did. And so this final step is going to sew the inside circle, just in case you wanted to do a different color. There's this stops right there. So yes, let me get that link for the satin stitch one that I did. I think it's almost 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. It's there for you to be able to watch as well. So yes, you can definitely handle this. Definitely. It just takes a little time to sit back and read the instructions and take your time. I encourage you to read the instructions all the way through from beginning to end before you start the project, because that way you know exactly what you need and exactly what you are setting yourself up for. Rochelle, hi, you're in Gloucester. You're not far from me. I'm in Yorktown. Shara says she wants to try one now. I encourage you guys to do that. It's pretty addicting, I have to say. Once you get started doing these, it is so much fun, with an S-O and also an S-E-W. Renee says, yes, she loves in the hoop. Have you tried it with faux leather? Yes, Simone, let me get you back over here to the mat and show you. So this is the satin stitch finish one that is actually the one that's sewn in the video that I posted the link for. I have done many with faux leather vinyl, marine vinyl. This one is with faux leather. I added 2 pockets, and I also added a pocket on the back. The pocket on the back is added at the same time as when you add your back fabric. Let me see what else. So yes, I have tried faux leather and it stitches out just perfectly in the satin stitch and the raw edge. Lee said, first time live viewer, enjoying your presentation. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Diane said, I can't wait to try this. Very informative. Thank you very much for being here, Diane. I appreciate it. Mary says, love your videos and designs. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I would really appreciate too if you're enjoying the videos, the live videos, and any other videos that I have on YouTube, if you would give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. That's the only way I know you enjoy my content. You enjoy what information I have to share with you, and that they are beneficial to you and you're receiving any value out of them. And it helps me to know that you are benefiting from the information. All right, so now we're going to remove it from the hoop. D. Runyon says, thank you for sharing this. I'm new to this and I can't wait to try this. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad. I want you all to know that you can do this. This is nothing that is, it's not rocket science. Okay, so because I use tearaway stabilizer, I am just going to tear that away first. And get that out of the way. So now let's talk about the foam I put in here. So you can see the foams right here. And if you're very careful, okay, this one's not going to want to tear for me. There we go. You can kind of tear it away like that. And being careful, there's not much on that part, so I'm not going to worry about that part. You don't really need to tear it though if you don't want to. You can leave it there. And some of them tear better than others, but this one, it just makes it a little bit easier to cut. And I also like to get as much out of there as I can because I have the Heat and Bond light on the back of the fabric here. And when I iron it at the end, it will seal to the felt and create a nice sealed edge, regardless of using the pinking shears or if I'm just going to do a straight edge on it. So that's one of the reasons why I like to tear it away. Keep those questions coming in. I will, after I'm finished with this, I will be happy to answer them. So now I have my quilting ruler because I am a perfectionist and I have to have it all exactly perfect. And now we're just going to trim away the ends like that. And because, as I mentioned, I treated it with Heat and Bond light, it won't fray. So how do you guys get nice straight edges on yours? Are you skilled with scissors? I'm not as skilled with scissors as I would like to be. Part of the reason I think is I'm left-handed and I use right-handed scissors. At least that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. But I'm not as skilled with scissors as some people. I see some people doing these raw edge designs and oh my goodness, they are amazing at how they can keep the distance equal and exactly perfect, and definitely a talent. All right, so just going to round up the corners there. Now, to get to the circle here, all I do is I fold it like this, and I make sure that I'm pretty much kind of folding the circle in half. And just take a good cut. Okay. And then just going in this. And because the foam is in there, it might make it a little more challenging to cut. You can cut it in layers if you wish, or cut the fabric and then cut the foam and then cut the felt. Get your hashtag creative in there so you can be entered into the giveaway. I'll pick one winner at the end today. See, guys, I told you. I think a 4-year-old can do better than that. Tell me I'm not the only one who's like scissor challenged. And it's a little hard to do it when you have people watching you live. So, okay. I could be here all day just cleaning this up. But, all right, there you go. I think it said it was like a 6-minute stitch out, something like that. And there you have it. There's the pocket there that you can hang on a command strip by your machine, have all your little tools right there for you. You can have it, this one also does fit. This is a iPhone 11, no, sorry, 13. So it does fit the phone. Good for AirPods or any kind of headphones, things like that. You can put a cute little if you give this as a gift for the holidays, you can put a gift card in there and it's a nice personalized gift. Oh, I know one of the most important things I forgot to mention. This is great to hang on a door to your garage or outside your house. And if you have anything, a letter or car keys or something that you need to make sure that you take with you in the morning so that you don't forget, you can hang this on your door and be sure that you remember to take that with you. All right, let me go back through some of the questions here. Yes, let me know how you would use this. I would love to hear what ideas you have for using the hanging pockets. I love to hear everyone's ideas. Okay, so let me go back and see. Jenny says that black fabric is gorgeous. Some of my all-time favorite fabric, I think, no, I think it's from Hobby Lobby, but I'm not exact. Okay, Naomi said, so cute, first time watching, pattern available on your website. Yes, it is. The pattern is available on my website. I posted the link up above you can scroll up and see the comments. I will post it here as well. It comes in both the raw edge and the satin edge finish. I did the raw edge today, as you can see, but it does come in the satin edge as well. Okay, what machine are you using? Esther wants to know. This is the Brother Luminaire. It is the XP2, but when you get the upgrade, then it makes it the XP3. So this is the Brother Luminaire. I got it back in May and I absolutely love it. Diane asked the same thing. It's the Brother Luminaire. Every time, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Simone. Every time with your lives are a blast. Love your projects. Thank you. I appreciate it. That way I know that you appreciate these videos and what I'm doing. Your videos are always so helpful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure for the giveaway, you enter hashtag creative, no space and no S and no appliques. Make sure that it is hashtag creative only. Enjoyed your videos. Thank you for sharing it with your friend. I appreciate that, Ruth. If you have sewing buddies and sewing friends, please share the videos with them so they can watch as well. Terry says, Dawn, your how-to videos always remove any hesitation I have before sewing a project. Thank you, Terry. That's a high compliment. I truly appreciate that. That way, I'm glad to know that it makes it easier for you and you can understand it better. Mary said she would hang these in her purse to hold your phone safe inside. That's awesome idea, Mary. I love that. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. Janice said, thanks for the tip on heat and bond light. You're welcome. I love heat and bond light. It is a must for if you're doing any kind of raw edge project and you want them to be, you don't want them to fray, then heat and bond light allows you to use the fabric without having to have the fray. Thank you for having this live and showing us how it comes together. You're welcome, Allison. I appreciate it. So Anastasia said, I'm not as skilled with scissors yet. Thank you for letting me know I'm not alone. Ruth said she trims hers always with a ruler and rotary cutter. Star says she does the same. Awesome. Jan says she's left-handed and has to figure out a way to cut some of her projects. Yes, Jan, I'm there with you as well. Jan says, what scissors do you use for that? So the ones I was using today are Kai, Kai, and they, let me see, my father bought those for me back when, probably about 30 years ago. He owned a gas station garage and always had people coming through there. And one of his customers was selling a set of Kai scissors. And he bought the set for my mom and I, and it was a four pairs. It's this size, straight edge, and then pinking shears, and then there's a 4-inch size, and then snips. And I have used those forever, and they are locked in a vault, so no one can use them other than for fabric. So those are the ones I use. But Famore Cutlery has amazing scissors as well. Famore. They have great scissors. And Kai, what scissors do you recommend for appliques and in the hoop projects? Oh, I also wanted to mention for appliques, these are the ones I use. They are Ginger, Gingher, double curved applique scissors. They're like a 6-inch, 6-inch double curved applique scissors, and it allows you to get over the hoop and be able to get in there to the fabric. The duckbill ones, I don't have a good success with using because I haven't found, I don't have left-handed ones. So, let me see what else. Bought a few, but have not found the perfect ones yet. Yeah, it is a bit of trial and error and see what works. I know some people do not like these double curved ones, and some people love the duckbill ones. So it is definitely some trial and error that you need to find the perfect scissors that work for you. Unfortunately, there's nowhere scissor store you can go and try to find the ones that you love to work with. All right. When I fuse in the hoop scissors, I usually end up making it worse. Yeah, it is trial and error, trial and error. Great idea and a useful project. Great for travel too. Thank you so much, Jackie, for watching. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you for sharing your video, my first video with you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, let me see if there's any other, would it fit on something in a car? Shirley, I have that question too, and I was thinking like there is a way to probably, hang it on something. Maybe you probably could put it on the back of the front seat and have the headrest where the metal poles are. You could probably put a piece of ribbon or something, tie it around, this, and tie it around the back of the seat thing there, the headrest. That might work. I've been thinking about that too. Sharon said she joined a little late. Thanks for, but loves the project. Thank you so much. This is recorded, so you'll be able to watch it again, fortunately. Cindy says she would use it to organize her embroidery tools hanging from my embroidery cart. Yes, absolutely. It's a great way as well to use this. And let's see. Is that a grommet? I don't So is that a grommet on the website? How did you do that? So the file comes with one that says grommet. So if you get the satin stitch one and it has one that'll say grommet in the name of the design, and that way you know that's the one. It's not going to sew the satin stitch in here, so you're not going to have all that extra stitching that is going to be in the way of the grommet. And so you just cut close to the stitching and you can snap it on there. You can see the instructions that come with the grommets. I bought my grommets at Walmart, but you can get them at Amazon as well. Let's see. Renee said she'd put it on a pegboard and stored my USB sticks in it. That's awesome. That's a great idea. I love that, Renee. Thank you for sharing. That's perfect. All right. Let's see. Yes, thank you, so Anastasia, for saying that. I love your mailing list. That's how I found this live today. Make sure that you open those the newsletters that I send out about once a week or every other week. That it has a lot of information. It's always packed with tons and tons of information. And also make sure to go to the events page on my website to be notified to look at all the upcoming lives there or videos and workshops. There's 3 that are happening in November. So it's a jam-packed month. Lucy said, thank you for the video. Easy to follow. You're welcome. So glad that you joined in today. Thank you for being here. Command hook on the side of a nightstand for a remote. Ah, that's excellent. Beautiful idea. Love that. Yes, because they're always misplacing the remotes. What size did I do today? Marissa, I did the 5x7 just in the interest of time, but they each file comes with a 5x7 and a 6x10. So to fit those 2 hoop sizes. But if you buy the raw edge design, you get the 5x7 and the 6x10 with the grommet and without the grommet, with the decorative stitching and without and with the grommet. And then same with the satin stitch. If you buy the satin stitch one, you get the 5x7 and the 6x10 with files for using the grommet and files for no grommet, just the satin stitching. So Karen, I went over this earlier in the beginning of the video. So if you can watch the replay on that, essentially there are 2 different pieces of the grommet and you put them in the hole and make sure you have all the stitching inside, all the fabric and the stitching inside the circle. But it's in the beginning of the video. And also I have a video on my YouTube channel with the satin stitch edge pocket. And on that one, I also attach the grommet. All right. Cindy said she loves my design. She's purchased many. She's learned from my videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. Michelle said she lives on a farm and this is great to hook to her ATV to carry animal. Wow, animal shots. That's awesome. Great. Thank you for sharing that. That's a great way to carry them. Perfect. Okay, any other questions? Great tip using the foam to stabilize the project. Yes, it makes it much more, it adds much more stability to the design. So as I showed earlier, this one just has the Decor Bond 809 and this one has the foam in it. All right, so I'm sorry, Linda. I know for some reason it didn't go to Facebook. I had it set up to go to Facebook and it didn't. I apologize. I tried to post the links there, but this is recorded. So you can watch it later. Just get your hashtag creative in there so you're entered into the giveaway. The double curved scissors are lifesavers for applique. I agree, Sharon. I agree. Jan says, can you use the scan and cut to cut out the fabric so you don't have to trim the applique? You can, definitely you can if you know how to do that. I don't know how to do that yet. I don't have a scan and cut yet, so I'm not experienced with that, but any kind of cutting machine, if you know how to take the file, I don't have the SVG file part of the design purchase, but if you know how to take the design file into Embrilliance and save the outline stitches as an SVG, you can do that to be able to cut the fabric. Or if you have Silhouette software, you have to have a specific version of the Silhouette software to be able to bring in the PES files. It'll read PES files, and you can delete the decorative stitching and just use the outline stitching to create an SVG file. You can also do that with a scan and cut, but I'm not familiar with that. Also, one of my testers told me once that you can, if you have the Luminaire machine, you can actually send the file from the Luminaire to the scan and cut. But as I mentioned, I don't have one, so I am not that skilled with doing that. All right, Ruth says, thank you for this video. As usual, a great one. Thank you so much. Oh, Judy, that's a great idea. You could use a carabiner hook. So get a carabiner hook and put it around this, and maybe put it around the headrest in the car to hang it, have it hanging on the back of the front seat. There may be other places that you can hook them in a car as well. Would it fit sunglasses to carry in a purse? I absolutely think it would, Simone. I mean, this is the one that we did today is not, well, we didn't actually do that one. We did this one, but it's a 5x7. So, I mean, these glasses will fit in there, and they're not much, you know, different than sunglasses. They're a little narrower, but yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea as well. Let's see what else. All right. So love the video, very informative. Thank you, Karen. What size grommet? Linda wants to know. It is in the listing description, but the size of the grommet, I did not cover that, so thank you for asking. Linda wants to know, these are curtain grommets. These are the grommets that are used on curtains, so, or shower curtains, window curtains, drapes. It's 1.56 inches or 1 9/16 of an inch. So it's 3.96 centimeters. Let me get the package. So these are the ones, I bought these years ago from Walmart, and they're curtain grommets, as you can see, and it's Dritz brand. They were purchased with all the sewing supplies, and if the Walmart has them in the sewings, if you have a sewing supply section in your Walmart, but it says for rods up to 1 3/8 inch. So 3.49 diameter is the curtain rod, but these themselves, it says an 8 count, and is right there, you can see maybe 1.56 inch. Sorry, my finger was in the way. Other way. 3.96 centimeters. So that's the size of the grommet that is used for the file. You're welcome, Mary. Thank you. You're welcome, Vicki. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Cute design, great tutorial. You're welcome. Get your hashtag creative. No appliques, no space, no S. Just hashtag creative. It's up here, right there. Hashtag creative. That's all you need to do. Vicki said she missed a lot of in the middle. You mentioned a mug rug on someone. So yeah, the mug rug is exclusive design that's going to be covered during Carly Bell is having a sip and stitch Christmas workshop, and she's partnered with 5 digitizers, myself, Applique Alley, Linny Penny, Alphalicious, and Designs by Little B. And she has 5 exclusive designs that are part of this workshop that is going to happen the week of November 14th. I think there's going to be 4 Zoom classes there, and she has 5 exclusive designs from 5 designers. You will not find this design on my website. You can only get it through registering for that event. So if you like that mug rug and need to have that design, you can get it from there. I will be posting the link on my Facebook page, in my newsletter, and also in my Facebook fan page. I'd appreciate it if you use my link so that Carly knows exactly where you found out about her event. And this will be recorded, so you can watch it later. The large size one looks like it would be good to store your rotary cutter. Yes, absolutely, I agree. Which needle size did you use? I used a 7511. I mean, with the foam, do you need a specific needle? No, I used a 7511. That's what I use today. It's the exact size that I always use for everything, pretty much, unless I'm sewing jeans or something really thick. Skylar Chase said, I love that idea. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, Skylar said she loves my fall decor. So the fall, I know it doesn't match in the whole theme of things, but the in the hoop banner letters there, we did those last month in the last live. So if you are trying to figure out, want to know how to sew in the hoop banner letter designs, those that's what we did last month. And then there's my hanging that says hello fall to match my room theme and my colors for my room. And I just love how these wall hangings, you can use so many different colors, choices of fabrics to create something individual and unique. This is the one to match my room here. I'm gonna grab the other one really quick to show you. And then this is the 7x11 one that they're the same exact design. One is the 6x10 and the other one is 7x11. So those are available on the website as well. So, all right. You're welcome, Linda, for the grommet size. Love the video. Love your safety pins. Thank you. All right. If you have no more questions, I am going to do the giveaway. And where do they purchase the stand, Mary? The stand is purchased from Ockfeld. I think that's how you say it. It's ACKFELD, Ockfeld wire. You can find them online. All right. Which needle did you use with the foam? Yeah, that it was a 7511. So remember to watch the video again if you didn't see all of it. I talked a lot about the upcoming events that are happening. Reen Wilcoxon and I on November 15th, we're teaming up again to sew some holiday designs. I'm going to put a poll in the Facebook group. So if you are in my Facebook group, stay tuned for the poll. I'm going to post later today about what to sew next month. So I have some ideas of what I want to sew next month, but I want to know what you want to see stitched. All right, so I am going to, for some reason, I cannot share my screen. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to do the giveaway right now. I hope it was recording them. Yes, it was recording them. But for some reason, I cannot share my screen. I apologize for that, but I will tell you who won. So the winner is Delee, Delee. So if you send an email to me through the website, go to the website, www.creativeappliques.com, and click on contact us and send me a message, and I will add the $20 gift card to your account. So thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. Congratulations, Dee Lee. And remember to write down November 8th is the next one, and I will see you on the interwebs. Until next time, make your life creative, guys. Thanks for joining me.